Hello everyone, and welcome back to Planescape Torment. You may recall that we just spoke with the great Black Bramble Witch Ravel, and now we're in a spot of trouble. So, we cannot leave so long as Ravel lives, which means there's only one way we can go about this. Everyone? Move!
Portal detected.
Okay. To use the Black Barbed Curse. I'm going to copy that spell right away. And, let's see.
What's up? Okay.
Usual strategy?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of Sam Hill. I'm going to level up everyone that did while I can. Cool. This one, this is probably a good time to send your wisdom up, because I could use the EXP boost. And I'm gonna level up, accept. So there's gonna be
Maximally efficient strike.
Time is over.
oh god, I think I just hit everyone. Oops. Ah! Everyone get out of the mosh pit. Boy, well I got two of them down. So let's quick select spell. Get everyone else out of there. Okay. Really take on these guys super fast. Now, before we get too far away, we do need to take her on. Unravel.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Chromatic Orb. Ravel. Nameless One. Elysium's Tears. Ravel.
I
Portal.
think, therefore I am. I think.
Barely injured. Good boy.
Thumb.
Oh. Her casting magic pauses as well, and ouch! God, there's something pulling at my foot. Oof. Alright. Now let's see. I wonder if Mort will find this satisfying or a terrible idea. Vernal Orb.
Awaiting order.
Order.
I hear your
Striking.
words.
Magic Missile. Go. Oh, more sleep.
Right.
What?
Oh, it worked! Not sure if that was a good thing, though.
What's up, Chief?
Never actually seen the small mob in action.
How may I help?
Still have Call Lightning left? Awesome, I've got a couple of those left.
Totem addressed.
Keep attacking.
Hear you.
I know that this pausing kind of... Alright, we got her. Now, we have a new problem. There are more fearsome shadows on their way. Luckily for me, I already know what portal to go to. And, well, I do want to make this fast.
Balance in all things.
Fiendish Eye, yes. Oh, I still got the black barb necklace from her. Excellent. Ravel's fingernail. Yeah, some of these items I've never gotten before. Sweet. And Black Sphere is a very useful spell. So, before I go too far, I'm going to do something else. Oh, it invokes the shield charm. I can actually use this as a weapon. Moreover, I think it's actually better than the one I've got. But you. Copy spell. Fiendish Eye. Identify. Tower +2 charisma. Oh, but -1 wisdom. Any alignment things I should know? Ooh, I'm still gonna keep that. But interesting. I still have my own eyeball. Cool.
Your path is mine.
I'm gone.
Let's go over here real quick and see if I can't. Examine the black charm, see what happens.
Portal detected.
So this is the way
Detected.
to Ravel's hidden area. Leave the rambled archway alone.
Portal detected.
Vision looks around them. Examine the twigs. Go. Oh yeah, this was the other magic that she was teaching me, but I didn't really get around to it. Tune Ravel used to summon the mace's power. I hope I can find some other seeds, though. I have a feeling Ravel gave me the only ones here. Yeah. There's a way to get like 5 seeds out of her, and I screwed that up.
Portal detected.
Alright. Examine the archway. Scratch the side of the trunk and see what happens, and step to the arch. I want to get out of here as quickly as I can. Sorry to be rushing.
Portal detected.
Leave it alone. Go. Okay, map screen. The place that I want is actually up here. I want to get up here as quickly as I can. Not stopping to fight, not stopping to anything. Fold your arms like a cage and leap through the portal. And that is it, everyone. Oop. But now, we have someone new to meet.
Off with you. Dead I am.
Then Death's kingdom has sealed its gates to us both. Arise, crone.
Away with you. I'm dead, and no traffic with the living may I have.
I care little for how you die, but I warn you for the last time. Arise, or I shall slay you where you lie.
She was just pretending.
I had thought that dying at his hand would fulfill the requirements the past put forth.
You cannot have thought that one would have a chance. You were indulgent to let him think he was successful.
Oh, this explanation. and kill me he could have, but for a few tricks I possess. Fortunate was I.
Fortune abandoned you the moment I found you. Has your life prepared you for what is to come, hag?
I am not afraid, not of the likes of you, ragged thing. Weak Ravel may be, but a few tricks has Ravel learned over the years, and I have known. Come.
Whoa, time for some intense combat. I forget these two actually fight. Thing is, this battle is actually completely randomized, too. The tremendous one. I think that was the name that he's given. Oop. The transcendent one. Okay. So we've been given a new task in the form of searching for a Deva. And now we have those shadows following us, along with this fellow, who, by the looks of it,
No
succeed.
longer shall you trouble existence with your presence, witch.
And that is the end of Ravel. Welcome to the Outlands. The cursed Outlands. And, a lot has actually happened just now. Oh, it's only been 11 minutes. Jeez. So, it's a quick recap of the last episode and summarize it, because I didn't do that like I usually do. What we have just gone through was a learning and revelation of not only the Nameless One's own request to shed his mortality, learning dark magics from a black brambled witch, but we have also, more importantly, opened up the truth that some of our teammates here are not really telling us the full story. We already had suspicions with Mort, and Dakon has already shared his own wisdoms but kept his own secrets. We know for a fact Grace has a few, and even Anna has things that she wouldn't say to the Nameless One right away. Nordum is Nordum. He's a good boy. I trust him no matter what. But we now have to raise the question, are my friends really friends? So, why don't we find ourselves a place to rest before we go any farther? Of course, I'm going to continue my habit of exploring and opening a map up, but I actually know a spot to rest. And it's probably going to be where I spend a couple of episodes here. Because you may have noticed, we are not in Sigil anymore. And moreover, we don't exactly have an easy way back. Now, I could just use the Modron Cube and the Portal Lens. Thing is, if I do, I can only come back here. So, instead, we are out here in the chaotic if you remember, we were talking about the planes in the past. You may recognize this area as the chaotic neutral plane, Cursed. It's known as the Outlands. It's known as
Coordinate opposition. Location, Gate Town. Cursed.
Cursed. So funny that the cursed town is actually named Cursed. But we need a place to rest. So this grain silo will actually do just nicely. Devil Circle. I hope I don't get in trouble for that, but we'll come back to it later.
I fear that not all of us shall return from this place.
Oh, you worry too much, Grace. Ooh, beg your pardon. But this is a good spot to really sit and think about what I want to do next. Because there are side quests. This area that I'm in now, you can only experience once. I'm going to choose to finally confront Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Chief. Mort. But is anything else? Some more. Why didn't you tell me about that extra line of tattoos on my back? That bit? Yeah, because we've confronted him on this before. Out loud. Are you lying to me, Mort? That I don't like the fact that he didn't read me the line. I'd like to know what else you've neglected to mention since we traveled together, because we know he's hiding something. I suggest you tell me now. See if there's a different... Something else. Some other questions. Give me right, Mort? Encyclopedia, right, I had other questions. Darn, I was hoping I could... Chief, I forgot when I died. So it could have been worse. What happened to your body? We asked him this before. I don't know, alright, but I don't miss it. You're still with me.
Aye?
Maybe it was Anna that I talked to. Whoop, whoop.
What is it you want then?
In the maze, Ravel said you were tormented. What did she mean? She meant nothing, she did. Barmy hag talk, it was. Are you sure? It was nothing. If you don't know what she was saying, I don't either. You want to talk about it? I'm listening. I don't know why I'm traveling with ya. I don't know why I went with ya to find Ravel. It makes no sense, it does. Yes, it does. And I do not like it. Great time for my phone to... Oh, it's just telling me about Twitch. Okay. I think I've ever liked anyone. But yeah. I don't know what it is about you. I mean, you're daft a lot of times. You walk like your hips are broken. You're clumsy. You smell like a zombie. But I like you. Why didn't you say something? Could have settled this long before. Because I think you're doomed. Hannah suddenly meets your gaze. I think you walk with chains, but you don't know it yet. So I feel for you. But I'm afraid, and that's killing me. 'Tis. I cannot let you come to harm. I do not want you to... don't know what to do to stop it. Kiss her. Back for her neck with your free hand and watch Anna's features go stone as you pull her in to kiss her on the lips. First, it's like kissing a wall. Let's just start slowly kissing you back. And first, and more confidence. Snarl on the back of her throat and her tail starts shaking around you like squeezing. Would you two like to cut it out before I have to get a Davis over here to separate the two of you? Or at least allow me to cut in. Notice that skin's becoming warm, radiating heat like hot coals. Pull back in his teeth, giving you one last bite, and then she looks at you in confusion, then anger. What is it then? I'm not good at it, am I? Skin, why is it getting so warm all of a sudden? Aye? As looks down at herself, you notice a small wisp of smoke trailing off the edges of her jerkin. Fiend blood, that is. Snapper. Never had that happen before, though. What? No one's ever kissed you before? No one ever dared to. And even if they did, I doubt it would have been like that. I'll take that as a compliment, then. Tail's flick. Hannah glances around, her tail flicking erratically. Are we going to keep moving now, or what? I don't have time to be standing there and chatting. We don't... I'm not here yet. Come here. Aye, who knows what will happen? Maybe my body will turn to flame, it will. Yes, keep you... Yeah, and your lips, best keep your distance. Alright, this time. Let's move on. Well, there. Still with me, Anna?
I'm listening.
Now we want to talk with We want to talk with everyone at
Yes.
least once here. Continue to be in the name of Grace. Questions about our travels. We were in Ravel's maze. Ravel said you were tormented. Are you in pain? Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, her gaze becoming distant. When she turns back to you, her eyes are a strange shade of azure, a shade that speaks of sadness and tears. Ravel sees much with her black brambled eyes, some things which are hidden to others' eyes, even things about their own natures. Start slowly. Sometimes the pain makes itself known, and I've learned it's a difficult thing to turn on one's nature. Are you all right? She smiles very faintly, and she meets your gaze. Yes, you are kind to ask. The pain still makes itself known, but I come to terms with my nature many centuries ago. Very well, then. She stops you before you can continue. I thank you for asking about my well-being. Your concern is not unwelcome. Just wanted to make sure you're all right. I had some other questions. Can I read your diary? No. Please. A lady must have her secrets. Very well, then. I had some other questions. Actually, I had other
Yes?
questions instead. And you can ask her, talk to you about our companions. Mort. Mort is most peculiar. I've seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimir. Granted, there's no denying he is knowledgeable, but he has a certain Beatorian smell about him. Oh, maybe this is what I had to ask. Beatorian smell. Yes, he's not a Batazu, at least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. What do you mean when you say Batazu and Batorian? My apologies. Bator is one of the outer planes, the home of a race of fiends called the Batazu. They are evil creatures, yet they are organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some might call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they are like evil bureaucrats. Oh. You've seen about a mimir before? Well, let's talk about someone else. Anna. She is strong and capable, and she is quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. What do you think of her? Oh, I think I could fall in love with her. You might wish to tell us so. I don't know, I seem to leave this wreckage wherever I go. But Dayanara especially, and the lives of others I've touched. Ooh, not to mention Ravel. This is interesting. Now we're opening up about ourselves. Why was she so attracted? Why she was so attracted to me, I can't imagine. But I'd used her as well. Maybe I should just be careful of my feelings. Or was the woman in the sensory stone of longing, was she not? One who loved your previous incarnation? Yes, she was. I did something terrible to her, but I know not what. To that, I would say this. Love may move the planes themselves when it is strong and true, and there is nothing truer than experience the truth of how one feels about another. Before you seek to guard others from your feelings, know this. Love is powerful, so powerful that it found its way to Ravel's twisted black heart, and its touch has caused her to value another more than herself. Do you not know the strength required to change the heart of such as Ravel's? For all the pain it may have caused, I think there was something is said for the good it's created. Perhaps so. I want to talk about someone else. Nordum. Nordum is a rogue Modron. Even though some traces of chaos have worked their way into his system, he is still an extremely logical, ordered creature. This logic can be of great help in one's travels. Furthermore, if he perceives you as a leader, then he will unquestioningly loyal. Troubles may arise should Nordum be faced with any social situation requiring etiquette. Such things are not well understood, even by normal Modrons. I would offer you some advice concerning Nordum if you would hear it. Of course, what is it? Nordum's existence has been shaken. The more you help him make sense of his situation, his place in this party's hierarchy, and what led him to the state he is in now may help him focus himself better. It is a thought. Your advice I want to ask on someone else. Ugh, I should have asked her about stuff sooner. Dakon. Dakon? He's most uncommon for a Githzerai. Really? In what way? Well, he obeys you. That alone would mark him as a pariah among his people. His entire race were once slaves, and even the reminder of servitude to them is distasteful. Anything else? Dakon approaches everything in an orderly fashion. Again, most curious for a Githzerai. They tend to be unpredictable. They follow their impulses rather than plan anything else. He is a most pious Githzerai and a steadfast ally. That he is. Let's talk about someone else. You. Me? Really? About this for a moment, that's very well. If there's anything you are curious about, please ask. I'm curious about the situation. Do you have any idea who or what I might be? But I freely admit that you are something of an enigma, but I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? Yeah. First, while it is possible that you are a tiefling or some rare crossbreed, my guess is that you are human, or you were at one time. Something else that would shed light on there may be something else that would shed light on my situation. Alright, go on. Your appearance in approximately a male in his early 30s. The stitching and scar tissue make an exact determination difficult. Tell me about it. Go on. The key to your past is your memory, and it seems that certain locations, events, and people trigger seemingly forgotten memories. It would seem to be in your best interest to visit as many locations as possible and speak to as many others as possible. In short, experience your universe as much as possible. In addition, there were a great number of things that Ravel said that interest me. The fact that your mortality has gone missing is a matter of some concern. It seems as if someone were to get hold of such a thing, it would not bode well for you. Go on. Also, I did not like what Ravel said about the deaths of the mind. She seems to be suggesting that the more you die, the more it will chip away at your mind. Go on. And the last thing she mentioned with your scars told a war between fleens. That sounded like the Blood War. What's the Blood War? The Blood War is the conflict that There we go! Now we can finally talk about this. Do I have enough time to talk about this? You know what? The last one was 45 minutes? Screw it. We'll read on this a little longer. And sorry for all that progress only to be led to a short pause and a lot of talking, but talking to our teammates is going to be very important. And this is a great point in the game to do so before we go any further. Hopefully I can get Mort to finally open up as we continue down this path. The Blood War is the conflict that rages across the lower planes between the Batazu and the Tanari. They fight over whether evil should be lawful or chaotic. It is a war best avoided at all costs. Let the Tanari and Batazu butt heads and leave the rest of the planes in peace. Or at least in relative peace. Relative peace. Well, the war is so large that most races get caught up in it against their wishes. Ignoring it often proves just as dangerous as participating in it. Do they use human troops? On occasion, yes. There are a number of human mercenaries that participate in the Blood War. They serve either as soldiers, fodder for cannons, or food for the fiends. He said that as long as the war goes on, the rest of the planes are allowed relative peace? Well, we read this. How long has this been going on? According to the Chronicles, the Blood War has been fought ever since the Batazu met the Tanari, a very long time ago. I'm not certain there is a human term that encompasses the time of then and now. I'm afraid that neither the Batazu nor Tanari have ever really taken to one another. Did you serve in it? No, my mother did. Succubi generally tempt mortals to bring the spirits to the abyss to create more Tanari to die in the Blood War. Mother? She served in the Blood War? Yes, she was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men. She now dwells in the abyss, selling her children into slavery. You were sold into slavery by your mother? For a time. I won my freedom in a contest of improvisation, a very long time ago. Who'd she sell you to?
Updated my journal.
Sold me to the Batazu. I think she rather expected that they would kill me. Despite her knowledge of other subjects, she knows little of their culture. So she sold you to the Tanari's sworn enemies? Yes. Was there anything else you wish to know? Are these questions bothering you? Oh no, not at all. It's best you know this. The Blood War underlies most events on the plains. It's important to understand what it is and why it is taking place. Questions not related to the Blood War. I'd like to hear about your past again. Helen, not as interesting as someone make it out to be. Twined. This feels more scary, not a pleasant tale. I would still hear it. This is not a long one. At least by Tanari standards. It's Tanari, but we are a race of the abyss. These are the plans that goes on with evil hearts. Go on. I am a Tanari, a fiend, a succubus. I grew up upon the first plane of the abyss. My mother was a succubus herself. As I'm sure you're aware, succubi tempt mortals to bring their souls to the abyss. My mother was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men to their eternal damnation. She now dwells in the abyss. Children of slavery. Slavery, I added that. We already learned about this. How did you escape? Batazu are a proud species. The thought a Tanari could best them at anything was intolerable to them, so I challenged one of the proudest of the pit fiends to a contest of improvisation, and my Tanari nature afforded me an advantage. You see, Tanari are creatures of chaos, wild and unpredictable. The Batazus are more cunning with their orderly hearts. They understand improvisation, but they are not its best practitioners, and thus I won my freedom, and my path brought me to Sigil. So I had some other questions.
Yes?
Instead, the Namefall of Grace. What do you know about the Sensates? Can you teach me anything of the art, Grace? No, I do not believe the art and the discipline practice are different. How do you mean? My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies as the art does. The art is a mechanism by which power of the multiverse may be harnessed. Through gestures, rituals, and devices, my powers come to me through different means. Oh, beg pardon. Lots of talking. As have come to me through different means. My faith and the nature of my belief allows some of the multiverse to reveal itself to me. The nature of your belief? What do you believe in? I believe in experience. I believe a person may be changed for the better. The more of the multiverse they are allowed to perceive, the more of the multiverse is allowed to perceive them. My belief is in the nature of experience allows me to... I suppose the best explanation is that my faith allows me to see things differently. When you see the multiverse in such a way, you learn how to change things, mending wounds, seeing a person's heart, and so on, just by willing them to happen. But these changes you make seem a lot like spells. How do you learn these things? Do you have a spell book? No, my spells, as you call them, they come to me after I have rested and centered myself. When I sleep and awaken, I can focus myself once more. The amount of faith required to change the multiverse around me can be quite taxing on the psyche, I'm afraid. I've actually never read this before. Just being able to see how to change things is not enough. You must have the strength to make the change happen, and last. Do you believe in experience because of what happened to you in the Batazu? I have thought long upon that, and I believe so, yes. I think it is because I am content with what I have become. I do not think it would have been possible without experiencing the multiverses as I did. Has anything to do with experiencing the multiverses? I think it's how you dealt with the experiences that's important. There is truth in what you say. Ooh, I think we're about to be here. Truth, flattering lie. Oh, I can say it as a truth or as a flattering lie. Yeah. I think there would be many others who, when subjected to the experiences you were, would have crumbled. You learned from it. You became stronger. It shows great strength and a will of character. See you silently. And I admire that about you. Not only the strength, but the ability to see such horrors as a way of becoming a better person takes strength few possess. So the notes. I thank you. Your words are insightful and kind, but I fear my strength of character is not as strong as it would seem. Yet I try to treat each experience as a new opportunity for learning. Good approach.
Yes.
Can I ask you something? Never mind. Let's move on. So, I am going to look into my spellbook
Again, I swear.
really quick and see what I've leveled up. I want to see if I've got any more spell slots. Hey! Shows unbearable derisive laughter, vampiric touch, seems tears, hold undead. Ooh. Level. Restless dead shall be bound and held when the spell is cast. Ooh, it's a spell against the undead. Book of Warding. Special extra the caster. Oh, it's like a shield. I'm actually going to forget Infernal Shield. I don't really use it. And I'm gonna put up another couple of those. Spells feel great. Oh, Force Missiles, Improve Strength, Confusion. I love Black Sphere. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. Remove. Remove. This is actually a good time to see what I can do. Because if I can cast stuff like this. If you for level. Black Sphere. Interesting. I'll try them out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying out stuff as soon as you can. Cone of Cold. I like Fire and Ice better. Cloud Kill is nice. And I'm still not high enough to use the Mechanist Cannon. Or high enough in level. Yeah, now I have a spell of knocking on top of that all. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at remove. I'll put another Sleeking Flames in. Because it looks like I'm gonna need to get ready to be on the attack for a while. And hey, don't mind if I do. May as well learn. And while we're just kind of roaming around, pre-scrolls, have you leveled up enough to put anything new in here? Yes, no, maybe? Darn. Tack on. I don't really need him knowing Identify anymore. And Chromatic Orb is proving to not be as good as Magic Missile. But he's going to be getting better stuff real soon. Once we're done talking to him. So, I am going to end this episode here. And this is going to be the lovely episode 40. Learning about other. Oh. Learning about the others. Thank you very much for attending this episode, and I hope all of you have a lovely, wonderful day.